within the developing world. Very often we find that children are neglected when it comes to food security, especially girls. The big issue that I'm looking at is the transition from subsistence agriculture to a more business-like agriculture. Contract farming, in its simplest expression, is the delegation of production by a processing firm or an exporter to agricultural households. So producers might want to get into the production of some commodity that they're not producing up until now, but they're lacking some crucial input to do it. And very often the processor who contracts with them will say, I don't know how to grow vanilla, but I can contract that out to agricultural producers. If you grow 500 kilograms of this commodity, I will buy it at this price and I will provide the input that you had been lacking up until this point. One question that I'm looking at is whether participation in those contract farming agreements for those people in the developing world translates into improvement of food security. We don't know whether by the time the next harvest rolls around and the hungry season arrives, whether people still have some of the cash that they had at harvest from selling those crops under contract. But what we find is that it looks as though participation in those contract farming schemes does translate into improvements in food security. And when we try to differentiate between people within the household, we find that those improvements are especially pronounced for children and for girls. Contract farming schemes should be encouraged by policymakers. They often facilitate integration into markets, but also they translate into better welfare outcomes to the participating households.